Shalom.
First and foremost, we would like to give all praise and glory unto
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully they got there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopefully the believers and listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Hashem Shai. I'm a brother Yasha Mouth, and to my left,
Halak.
Alright, we're GMS, alright, Mississippi branch, alright, and we're coming, with a lesson, dealing with the damsel, in the harlot, alright, because understanding that the times that we're coming in, alright, Esau, Edom, is getting ready to make a move, alright, on the nation of Israel, okay? And matter of fact, before we get that, let's get that Revelation 12 and 17, okay? And as we in the feast, okay, of dedication, okay, alright, Hanukkah, alright, which means dedication in Hebrew, we have to understand that we have been rededicated, alright, to our power, okay? And it's through faith and obedience, okay? And the enemy, alright, is seeing that, and what do they want to do, okay? They want to wage a war, okay? Go ahead.
Here's Revelations chapter 12, verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
Yep. And the dragon, okay, is speaking of what, man? Alright? This new Roman Empire, which consists of America, NATO, and the EU. Okay, with America pretty much being, the powerhouse, of this beast system. Okay? And what do they want to do? They want to make war with the woman, which is Israel, and the remnant of her seed, which is the hopeful elect. Okay? Go ahead.
Which kept the commandments of the Most High.
Yep.
And have the testimony of Yahweh HaMashiach.
Yep, which kept the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahweh. You see, back during the time of the Greeks, as we go into the origin of the Feast of Dedication, what did you have? You had the Greeks that pretty much wanted our people to stray away from the commandments of our forefathers, the commandments of Yahweh Bashem Shai. Okay, and that's why you had that whole, what they call the Maccabean revolt. Okay, beginning with those Levites, beginning with Mattathias, the father of the Maccabees brothers. Okay, there was a revolt because of what? They wanted to fight to keep the commandments, okay, of Yahweh Bashem Shai. They wanted to fight for righteousness. Okay, they waged a war for righteousness' sake, man. Okay, and we in a time now where as we have came back to our powers, we rehearse the righteous acts, the enemy is plotting. Okay, that's why you see this whole thing of him trying to control the narrative with this guy Ron Dalton, okay, which is a agent, all right, meant to cause confusion. They want to make it seem as if we're the biggest threat, to humanity, to make them justified when they roll. Why they're doing this, man? Because they know that there's a remnant, okay, that's being obedient and faithful to their power, and they want to defile it, man. Just as they defiled the actual temple, all right, their second temple during the times of the Greeks, but their third temple, we're their temple, okay. We're gonna prove it in the scriptures. Go ahead, get that Corinthians, yep. We just rolling in the spirit, going through these things, man.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. What? Ye know not that your body is the temple of the Holy One, which is in you?
Yeah, our body is the temple. We're the temple. Okay? Because you go into when Solomon built, the first temple, what happened? When he was finished, the Spirit of the Lord filled the room. Okay? The temple of the Lord, the temple, the first and second temple was a representation of the Lord dwelling with his people. That was where the Lord dwelt with his people. Okay? That's where the Levites would commune, all right, to the spiritual realm, was in their temple. Okay? You had the Holy of Holies where the high priest would go. Okay? You had the Ark of the Covenant. You see the mercy seat. All right? That was representative of the Lord, all right, dwelling with his people in the earth. Now he's doing that through us. Now we're the temple. Okay? And as we're the temple, what does Esau want to do? He wants to defile the temple, just as he defiled the temple of old. Okay? He wants Jake to go a whoring. All right. He wants to force Jake to be defiled. You know, just like in times of old. Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's go and get that in Maccabees. Let's get that. Yeah, Second Maccabees chapter 6 verse 1. You know, let's get that, man. All right, and we just getting some understanding in the spirit, okay, of what's going on. See, all this madness is going on in the earth. But guess what? The Lord has reserved, okay, a remnant of His men, all right, to have sound doctrine in the latter times, man. You know, so the elect will know what spirit to be in. The elect will constantly be fed with understanding, man. You know, you got it, bro.
This Second Maccabees chapter 6, starting at verse 1.
Yep.
Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the law of their fathers.
To compel the Jews to depart from the law of their fathers. What does Esau put a lot of his energy in today? Getting Jake, all right, to be defiled. Look at everything that he puts his money into. Okay, the rap culture. Okay, abortion. Okay, swine, making lobster and all these things a delicacy. Everything that goes against our law, this man promotes and glorifies, man. Okay, he wants you Jakes to be defiled. He's compelling you through Christianity, the law done away with. Love everything, love everybody. That's defiling you, man. Everything this man is presenting to you, even though you got drill music, then you got the church. And it look like two opposites, but both of them defile you. You see? Because this man's more crafty than any beast of the field, more subtle, man. Okay? And we're in a time where he's pushing to compel our people to depart. Even with this whole Ron Dalton thing. Yeah, he tell you an Israelite, then he go into a little thing about the small hats, but he's not telling you who the Edomites are. He's not talking about Yahweh Shai. No, he's telling you go to Africa and all Israelites in Africa and all this madness. The so-called white man, this Japhet, they're still a way of defiling you because it ain't sound doctrine, man. Let's say a little leaven the whole lump. Okay, so Esau is trying his best, to disguise himself, okay, as being, for the people, but he's really defiling you, man. Okay, go ahead.
And not to live after the laws of the Most High.
And not to live after the laws of the Most High. Go ahead.
And to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem.
Yep.
And to call it the temple of Jupiter, Olympius.
To read again.
And to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem.
Yep.
And to call it the temple of Jupiter, Olympius. And that in Garism,
yep,
of Jupiter, the defender of the stranger.
Hey, that's that. It said, look, it's gonna pollute you. He's coming to pollute. All right, the temple. And what does the scripture say in Micah 2:10? Depart ye, for this is not your rest. Okay, it'll pollute you. Matter of fact, get that real quick. We'll go back to that. Get all the precepts. We ain't got nothing to do that. Yeah, I like whack as hell. You got it.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Yep.
Because it is polluted.
Yep.
It shall destroy you.
It is polluted. See, this whole setup is polluted. It'll destroy you. Okay? Go ahead.
Even with a sore destruction.
Even with a sore destruction. Esau is leading billions, okay, to death. And millions, tens of millions of Israelites to death. Okay? Because they're so polluted with this man's system. This beast system is all about pollution. Everything that the Lord gave us to enjoy, this man defiled and polluted, man. Okay? Because there's nothing wrong with women. There's nothing wrong with having drink. There's nothing wrong with being rich or having resources. But he's polluted it so much. He's defiled it so much to where you got to be defiled, okay, to have those things, man, in this society.
Right, because you want a woman, she's most likely going to be a married woman. If you want, food, you don't know what you eating.
Yeah.
They say it's this thing, but it might be another.
Yeah. Or the woman a witch. You know, or just trying to drag you to church, she defiled. You know, you won't just climb. You want more money. You gotta be more satanic.
You gotta sell out.
Yeah, you gotta be more defiled. You know, any nigga that got the millions and ain't no telling what Kanye or Kyrie done did behind the scenes, man. How they have been defiled to get that money, man. You know, you can tell they temper with Kanye, man. He ain't all the way there. You know, you can tell like he got that, that molested child kind of timid. Then he got that soft little voice. You know, like goddamn, you know. But they defiled by this place. They tried to make this place their rest, and they became defiled. Okay, and right now it's for those celebrities and those people that are in the higher ups, that they have to really, make their oath for safe. But guess what? Now Esau is gonna require it from the average citizen. You see, everybody's gonna have to be defiled and pretty much, denounce everything and follow Esau, man. This is what this man is bringing to the earth. Okay, but guess what? The elect have a victory over that. You go back to that second Maccabee. Read verse 2 again.
This second Maccabee, chapter 6, verse 2. And to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter of Olympius, and that in Garizim, of Jupiter, the defender of the stranger.
The defender of the strangers. And that's the energy of Jesus Christ. He come to save everybody. The defender of strangers. It's that same energy that Esau's putting on you, man. Okay, go ahead.
As they did desire that dwelt in the place.
Go ahead.
The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people.
It was sore and grievous to those that wanted to do right. And the scripture said we are vexed with the filthy conversation or the conduct of the wicked. Go ahead.
For the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles, who dallied with harlots and had to do with women within the circuits of the holy places.
Yeah, so Esau just was in the temple wilding out, man. Okay? This man was just in the temple wilding out. Orgies, you see?
Yeah.
Partying, dedicating to sacrificing swine. That's what Mattathias, that's why because see, this is all happening before the Maccabean revolt, what we read now in 2 Maccabees 6. Because you read 1 Maccabees, it kind of picks up, after all this is going on. Okay? So this is building up to their revolt. Okay, and Mattathias seen Jake sacrifice that swine on the altar. He lost it. He killed that nigga and all them Greek officers that were there, man. Hey, he said his zeal was so he killed that nigga right there, man. And them Greek officers, man, which that was a declaration of war. He already knew what it was, man. With our forefathers, they had their zeal. You see, and this time it's gonna be a standard lifted, man. Hey, that the Maccabees, there were times where they was getting aided from the chariots and they had to have spiritual power. They was winning wars without weapons. They was winning battles, without weapons. You see? The scripture say he gonna make the creature a weapon for the vengeance against his enemies. Okay? So we in some serious times, man. The Lord is finna showcase power through his people, and we're gonna have a victory over the enemy, man. And ultimately through Yahushua. All right, because Yahushua coming to stop the show, man. Go ahead.
And besides that, brought in these that were not lawful.
Yep.
The altar also was filled with the profane things which the law forbidded.
The profane thing which the law forbid. Go ahead.
Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath day,
go ahead,
or ancient feasts,
or
to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. You see that? You couldn't even call yourself who you were. What that sound like? What does that sound like? The whole earth is going crazy because Kyrie said that he was Shemitic. uproar. But like you say, niggas talking about killing niggas every day, selling the most drugs. Here it is. You got task force and all these different things to stop drugs. But it's a nigga. You got a nigga on tour. It's a nigga on the whole tour. This nigga on the private jet just to come tell,
Just to
city
promote it.
city, yeah.
Yeah.
Nigga going city city to tell you how cool it is to sell drugs, but you got a task force against it. You see? But then somebody tweets that they Israelite, he gotta apologize, nigga. We got time out. The earth gotta take a time out. It's the same energy, man. Read that again.
Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath day
Yeah.
or the ancient feast, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Yeah, to profess himself at all be a Jew. Here it is. You got people that's gonna be off for Thanksgiving, but you tell your job you need 8 days off for the feast of dedication. Okay? That's your last day. Or you want to take the day of atonement off. All right? You can't do that, man. But they give you what the pagan days. All right? This society is built to defile the temple, okay, or defile the spirits of Israelites, man. And this is what we're fighting against, man. Okay? And this is what we're gonna have the victory over, man. Okay? That was it on that. So let's get the matter of fact, because what we have to understand is that we are those damsels that are calling out. Now let's go to the most controversial law in Israel. Okay, let's go get Deuteronomy 22. You say Deuteronomy 22, a nigga pop up, emotional. I get Deuteronomy 22 and start it. So we gotta go into the law and see this is playing out in the spirit. You see? And if you're emotional, please turn the video off, man. Okay, we know you got daughters and sisters, Jay. God damn. Well, let's start. Let me see. Let's start at Yep. This is get Deuteronomy 22 and 23.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 23.
Yep.
If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her,
yep,
then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city.
Yeah, and this is the part that nobody goes into. See, everybody get to the point to where when a man take a woman, and she's not betrothed, then he has to pay the tokens, all right, of the virginity. He has to pay the tokens to the father, the dowry to the father, okay, and that's his wife now. Jay gets so offended because they just want to see somebody destroyed in that situation. Well, there are situations where you do get put to death for that, and if she doesn't cry out, she's put to death. You see, there were 3 scenarios, and it's gonna go through the 3 scenarios, but we're gonna deal with these first 2 to show how that's playing out in the spirit now. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city,
Yep.
and ye shall stone them with stones that they die.
Yep, go ahead.
The damsel, because she cried not.
Because she cried not. And see, the majority of our people, they're not crying out because of what this man is doing. Jake is crying out saying, we're not, you're not the Israelites. You're not the Hebrews. You're a cult. You're demonic. That's what Jake is crying out about. They're not crying about Esau getting ready to defile the temple, man. You see? Esau is finna penetrate, all right, your temple, your body with this caragma. He already did the foreplay with the juice. He finna finish off the the rest of the 12 play with the caragma, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife, So thou shalt put away evil from among you.
Yeah, and see, there's our people that's finna go a whoring with this man's system. You know, let's get that in Judges. We're gonna come back to that. Judges 2:16. Our people finna go a whoring with Esau. They take their karama, that's them not crying out and just letting the man take them. You know, they agree with it because if a woman didn't cry out and say, "Look, I'm taken, I belong to such and such," okay. If a woman didn't do that, okay, she pretty much was in agreement to the act. Okay, that's why she will be put to death. And see, Jacob's finna agree, okay, with what Esau Edom is doing. Okay, go ahead.
Nevertheless, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, raise up judges which deliver them out of the hand of those that spoiled them.
Yeah, so the Lord will raise up judges for our people so they can be delivered out of the hand of those heathen nations that will spoil them, man. Okay, and the Lord has raised up prophets in this time that have the instructions in righteousness, the instructions in salvation, man. Okay, but what does Jake want to do? Go ahead.
And yet they would not hearken unto their judges.
Yep.
But they went a whoring after other gods.
They went a whoring. Okay, Israel finna play the harlot with Esau. They finna go a whoring with the beast. Okay, go ahead.
And bowed themselves unto them. They turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked.
Yep. See, you had those that fought for the law. Okay, and then you have those that was enticed to be led away from the law, to be led away from righteousness, to be led away from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And that's what we're seeing now. Jake is being seduced, all right, by the charmer, the serpent. Okay? To the point where he's going to penetrate them with their charagma, man, which is going to pollute and defile their temple, man. Go ahead.
Obeying the commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, but they did not so.
They did not so. So we're finna see Jake going to whoring on a mass scale, man. Okay? But then you have the damsel that cried out. So let's go back to Deuteronomy. Yeah, matter of fact, before that Wisdom and Solomon 14:12 we had found out. Then we go back to Deuteronomy. Okay? Because our people, they pretty much idolize this society. They worship the beast image. You know, you got women that worship the way of this society. You know, you got niggas that worship the way of this society, man. Okay? Where there's pretty much no standard. Okay? Pretty much do as thou wilt. You know? Feed your lust. Alright? Chase the bag, get rich or die trying. You can be a grimy nigga and be glorified here, man. A lot of these, you can be the grimiest nigga on earth and be glorified here, man. This is pretty much Esau created a nigga paradise. You know? This is the nigga and the nigga woman paradise, man. The nigga woman that's no mother skills is winning. It been, she made $10,000 a month on OnlyFans. No mother skills, no wife skills, but she set up. Okay? The nigga, the degenerate nigga. This nigga always got a house. This nigga out of prison always got somewhere to go. This nigga always, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The nigga come out of prison, no matter how many years this nigga come home set up. Get moved right in, like goddamn. But this Esau created this society for a nigga paradise. When you go to ancient Rome, the reason why Rome was so popular because it was known for pampering its slaves. It worked the hell out of them, but then it pampered them on the backside. To pretty much they fell in love with their captivity, man. And this is no different, man. Okay? And you niggas worship the convenience of Esau's technology, man. Okay? And that's why you get to talking about the kingdom. Jake think that the kingdom is a downgrade from this here. Because they worship this, man.
You want Wisdom Solid 2?
14:12.
This is Wisdom Solid chapter 14, verse 12.
Yep.
For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
The devising of idols. And people idolize this system. Okay, our people idolize this current system. A nigga worship these people worship TikTok.
Mm.
Okay, these women worship these social platforms where they'll worship and praise all day. Good morning, beautiful. You know, my queen. You know, they love this. You know,
Yeah.
they worship this. They you take away Facebook for 3 days. You take away Instagram for 3 days. You take away OnlyFans for 6 hours. Okay, lose it. They'll lose it, man.
There's a place where you can instantly get that gratification, that,
Yeah.
that pleasure.
Yeah.
Instantly. You ain't gotta work for it, you ain't gotta wait for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it teaches how people to be impatient, and not not work and pray for things, that are needful.
Yeah. It destroys your quality as a human because you're not interacting with the earth. You're interacting with Esau synthetic, you know, technology. That's why people have no skills.
Mm.
Niggas don't know how to do shit. The nigga woman, forget about it. Okay? Go ahead.
For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication,
Mm-hmm.
and the inventions of them, the corruption of life.
The corruption of life. And Jake, is our people is in love with this corrupt way of living. You know? The wickedness has become their norm now. Okay? But then that's the harlot. Okay? Because it comes to a point where the lifestyle of harlot is normal now.
Mm.
That's just what she do. You gotta think the first few times, it's kind of awkward but then after a while, that's the norm now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how Jake is, man. Just that that OG harlot, just out here chilling, man.
They settle on their leave.
Yeah, they good. It's just the life. Smoking them long ass cigarettes.
How you say they freaking them blacks?
Yeah, that nigga, man. Nigga chilling, man. You go back to that Deuteronomy 22. Now we're gonna deal with, the damsel, that's gonna become their bride, man. Okay?
I'm gonna read it over. Starting at verse 24.
Yeah, you can read 24 again.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 24. Then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die.
Mm-hmm.
The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he have humbled his neighbor's wife.
Yeah, because that's wicked. Okay, go ahead.
So thou shalt put away evil from among you.
You defile another man's possession as a man and as a woman, okay, using ingredients with it. So you two gotta get out of here, man. Okay? Just like that's why the judgment is gonna come on Esau, and that's why a time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, the Lord is finna punish, okay, Esau, Edom, alright, for defiling another man's possession. And then he's gonna punish, alright, 2/3 of our people because they agree with it. They didn't cry out.
Mm.
Okay? But go ahead.
But unto the damsel thou shalt do, excuse me. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
Yep. The man only shall die. Okay? And in the spirit who we're betrothed to now. Let's get 2 Corinthians 10. No, 2 Corinthians 11. You know?
Start from verse 1.
Starting at 2.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
For I am jealous over you with a godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Yahushua.
Yeah, so we're betrothed to Yahushua. We're promised to Yahushua. Okay? You see that?
Mm-hmm.
This is who we're betrothed to. Okay, and Esau trying to force himself with the Quran. Now, Esau not gonna be able to force that on us, man. Okay, the Lord gonna preserve us from being defiled by this man, but Esau's gonna get punished just for tempting it, man. You see, you got Jake with that. Well, what if he make us? No, the Lord gonna preserve us. The scriptures say we have victory over His image and His character, man. So they ain't nothing to talk about. The scriptures say it, then He gonna prevent that from happening. He is. Okay, and that's another thing that's lacking in Israel. Jake don't move like he is. All this gray areas and doubt, because you don't believe that he is, man. He said we're gonna have victory over there, so we know this man not gonna be able to force that on the elect. Okay, but the point is we're betrothed to Yahweh Shai, and then guess Apostle Paul goes in more. Go ahead, read verse 3.
But I fear, least by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety.
As the serpent beguiled Eve through what? His subtlety. Because Esau gonna present this as the best thing going. An upgrade, no more worried about scams, and even if you don't have a bank account, okay, you good. Because one thing they call Jake is the unbanked. As the people not having bank accounts. Okay, he's gonna present this as an upgrade. It's quicker, it's faster. Everybody get direct deposit, universal basic income. Look, your industry has been destroyed due to automatives. Okay, automative advancements. We have machines that do what you used to do. Your industry is not needed. Don't worry about it. UBI. You'll get a check every month. Okay, you'll get your digital credits every month. Okay, that's the subtlety he's gonna come with. All right, no more worried about inflation. I know inflation was hard on you. Well, we got a one world currency now, so this is inflation proof. He's gonna come with all these subtlety, okay, and he's gonna beguile the masses, man, just like the serpent beguiled Eve. Okay, go ahead.
So your mind should be corrupt from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach.
Yeah, so we don't want to be corrupted. You see, we don't want to be defiled. There's a simplicity in Yahweh Shai. Okay, and Jake is always looking for this great, extraordinary breakdown and new knowledge. And no, the scriptures is the way out of this, man. The fact that we have a mindset not to bow the knee, not to take this man's pseudo salvation, charagma, that alone, all right, is going to play a major part in salvation. For Israel, man, for the elect. You see, but a nigga we gotta get on a plane. Then you gotta add something to it, man. All right, that was it, bro. You can go back to do the run. Start at 25.
But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
Go ahead.
But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death.
There's no sin worthy of death in the damsel. Why?
For as when a man rises against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter.
Yep. Go ahead.
For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her.
And the damsel cried, and there was none to save her. But wait, this time there is a savior. You see? This time, in this situation, it is a savior. And that's Yahweh Shai. And we're going to get there, finish that, and then let's get Isaiah 19 and 20.
If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and like...
That was in there. Okay.
Yeah, that was in there.
All right, so let's get that in Isaiah 19. Because it said what? She cried out, but there was none to save her. So she did nothing, worthy of death. Okay? But guess what? In this part of the story, there's a savior involved, man. Go ahead. Isaiah 19, 20.
This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 20. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord Yahweh Shai of hosts in the land of Egypt.
You start at 19. You get the point. Yeah.
In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord Yahweh Shai in the midst of the land of Egypt.
Yeah, because the altar was where? In the temple. But now it's a spiritual altar. These camps, okay? Even this is an altar, man, where 2 or 3 are gathered together, okay? He's in the midst of us. This is an altar, and this is a sacrifice that's going up. Because this time that we're sacrificing, we can't get it back. Like if you would burn something on the altar, okay, in the ancient world, you would, sacrifice your lamb or your heifer. You can't get that back once it's burnt up, okay? So this is an offering that's going up, okay? On the spiritual altar. That's why Yahweh Shai, he made it convenient for us in this time to have that connection with Yahweh Shai. Okay, and this is a sacrifice that's going up. You brothers and you sisters, you're sacrificing your time. You're bringing something to the altar, and it's going up and it's being accepted. You bringing your obedience. Brothers adding precepts. Sisters being in order. There's an offering that's going up and being accepted. Okay, because guess what? All the men, the priesthood has been opened up to all tribes, so we can able to, offer up these sacrifices. You see? Go ahead.
And a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto Yahweh of hosts in the land of Egypt, for they shall cry unto the Lord.
They shall cry. The damsel, they cried out. They shall cry out to the Lord Yahweh. Go ahead.
Because of the oppressor.
Because of the oppressor. Go ahead.
And he shall send them a savior.
He gonna send a savior. See, the damsel, okay, in the law, the damsel wouldn't have a savior. She was crying out, but no one was to save her from that act. Okay? Because why? The man will overpower them. Now Esau, he's in this position, he can overpower us. But guess what? The savior gonna be sent. You see? Go ahead.
And a great one.
Yep.
And he shall deliver them.
And he shall deliver them from that situation. That's deliverance. Okay, people talk about salvation. Salvation from what? Delivered from what? Redeemed from what? We're going to be delivered from this situation. Okay? Let's get that in Ezekiel 9 and 4.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord, Yahweh Shai, said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon their foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry.
That sigh and they cry. Crying out. Okay, that damsel is crying out. Go ahead.
For all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
So that's that spiritual mark, that tawa, that mark of exemption. Because we read in the law that the damsel was exempt from being put to death because she did what? Cried out. Okay, we're that damsel that's crying out. Okay, because we're promised to Yahweh. We're promised to someone. Okay? And we're crying out through our obedience. And we're constantly confessing our husband's name, Yahweh. Yahweh, constantly telling who we belong to, man. Okay? We're pretty much bragging on our husband, man. You see? Eve turn you down, be like, you poor ass nigga you got. My husband make that, Yeah. All we doing Esau, man. Poor ass nigga who, he got a husband. All right? Go ahead.
And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite.
And smite the damsel that's not crying out, and that's 2/3 of our people. Okay, that's the non-elect of our people that are not crying out. They busting it open for them. They, they coming up with the fish nets and heels, busting it open for your boy, man. Go ahead.
Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity.
Yep.
Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Come not upon any man upon whom is the mark. Okay? That spiritual mark. Jake is finna take the carnal mark of Esau Edom. Okay, the Karama, man. That sea hip. Okay? And that's gonna make them defiled to the point of no return. And just like he allowed the Romans to do what? Burn down the temple. All right, hey, people gonna be burnt down this time, man. Okay, go ahead.
It began at my sanctuary.
And begin at my sanctuary. Go ahead.
Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
The ancient men that were before the house, man. Okay, hey, because it's gonna be because the brother had the dream. He said he seen even some brothers get the Karawa, man. I was scared to death, like shit. But there's gonna be a lot of these other groups, man. They gonna get that thing, man. And like I say, the brother said he seen some brothers in GMS, and I was like, shit. Like goddamn. So he gonna begin at his sanctuary, man, because judgment gonna begin at the house of Israel, man. Okay? Because they knew, you see, they became familiar with, Yahweh Shai, the bridegroom. And still did that, So let's get that in, let's get Revelation 15:2. We'll end it there. All right? This is a time of victory, man. All right? This is a time of victory over Esau Edom, man. And you can feel the victory over this nigga, man. He done, man. Okay? Them chariots gonna come back and wreak havoc in this place, man. The Esau loses. Okay? And Jake is gonna play, Jake is gonna jump ship to the losing team. Okay? Go ahead.
And I saw it as it were a sea of glass, mingled with fire. And them that had gotten the victory over the beast.
Yeah, so he saw glass mingled with fire, and that's the area of view from the chariot. That's the view we want to see. We want to be in those chariots looking at the aerial view of the destruction, okay, of America, man, the destruction of this beast system. Okay, go ahead.
And over his image, and over his mark.
So we had the victory over everything, man. We stopped worshiping this man's image, his way of life, the way he says prosperity. We don't worship that anymore, man. Okay? We don't wake up chasing, all right, the prosperity of this world. Okay? We don't have a mindset that's based off the standard of this society. We don't worship that anymore, man. Okay? Chasing Eve and, like that little video with El Manatas Akbar.
Yeah.
Eve on there talking about some Jake was
bending his neck
bending his neck over to try to make eye contact. You crazy. What Walmart you was at? Jake leaving the whole country on your ass. You thought, Jake, hell no, man. Okay? But so much more, man. The brothers, these things that used to entice us, they don't entice us anymore, man. We good. You see? We got your house shot. And there's just like a woman and she's got a good husband. That woman, you can tell some energy on her like she fulfilled, like she good. Like she's straight. And that's how we are in the spirit. You see? Go ahead.
And over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High.
Having the harps of the Most High, man. That's that joyful song. You see, a victory, man. Okay? It was some more on it.
That was it.
Okay. So, Lord will, we just, you brothers and sisters edified, we just want to go into it in the spirit, understanding, what's going on. Okay? We got to get really into these prophecies and see how it relates in the spirit, man. Okay? Because we in the time now where Esau, he wants to defile their temple, man. And we're the temple. So it's good to have understanding, on these things in this time. Okay, so Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you few sisters were edified once again. Give all praise and glory to
Yahweh,
by
Hashem,
Hashem,
Yahushua,
by
Hashem,
Hashem,
Kakadash.
double honors unto the apostles and elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully. Shalom.
Shalom.